Oh shit. Hi Moxie. Shit, dude. You caught me at a strange time because I just woke up. Moment of truth. Okay. Your streak is safe? Shit, bro. Da-da-da. Yeah, I just woke up from a nap. Which means that the throat is fucking being chilly. But anyways, I wanted to read. We got the Tales of Despero. We're gonna be a fucking rat. We're gonna be a fucking rat, guys. It's gonna be so OP. Oh, wait, just to go back to bed in 2 hours. Yes, I had a very good nap. And I'm starting to learn that I literally cannot be trusted to you know, have my phone within arm's distance away from me while I'm sleeping. I had an alarm set for 1:30 and that would have put me at, I think that would have put me at like 7:30 or 8 maybe. I do whatever the opposite of a nap is, cat mode. Shit, bro. But yeah, I had an alarm set for like an hour and a half and that went off at some point and I don't know. Dude, I'm too... Hello, Epic. But yeah, I don't know. I do be snoozing shit, man. That was like a 3-hour nap, to be honest. What if we stream for 2 hours anyways? Wake up. Okay. Woke up late so I can play Monster Hunter, bro. Hold on, wait, let me check how much time I spent in fucking Monster Hunter, man. Nate did not lose his streak. It is safe. That is very, very good for him. I actually had some fucking so much fucking anxiety. What the fuck is Monster Hunter? Monster Hunter World. I've spent 2.3 hours on it in 2020. Had the incredible foresight of opening my stream before you went to work. Truly built different. Let's go, dude. Let's go. What kind of pizza? Ooh, it was not good, I'm not gonna lie. So, there's like a company policy where all the food that we order has to be vegetarian. And so the pizza that we had was, one of them was sun-dried tomatoes and cheese. Got a haircut today and it slays. Good job, dude. Veggies. Yeah, where's my meat? Where's my protein? The sun-dried tomato one? No, that one's like whatever, dude. It tasted like a ketchup cheese pizza, right? The next one was, oh, what was it, dude? It was veggies and mushrooms, like bell peppers and shit. So it was soggy in the center. It was so wet and kind of not that good. And then the last pizza was one with olives. Please don't describe it as ketchup. Yeah, olives are not fun. Dude, man, I'm not a big fan of the olives that they use on pizza. It's so, like, weird. Weird and nasty, dude. Olives are so mid. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. No badoop, no badoop. Hello, Timothy. You love olives not on pizza? Yeah, same here. I like the green ones that come in like the brine. Those ones are not bad with the pit. Anyways, it's time to start. Guys, do I have to pull up Subway Surfers? Never had the green ones because the black ones are so bad. You got a dinner? 07. Thanks for the lurk. Yes, guys. Hold on. YouTube. Okay, we're gonna do this again. Pull up CS Surf. Ooh, you know what? That's not a bad. That's not a bad choice either. One hour of CS surfing? Whoa, why does it look like that? Okay. Hold on. Hold on. What happens if I just open this? It does not do anything. Hold on. Properties? Capture method? Automatic? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Why is it cropping like this? Transform. Reset transform. Professional streamer? Yeah, man. Hold on. New. Oops. That's not what I want. Was it control? It is not control. Was it alt? It is alt. There we go, dude. Those fuck ass emos will be turning back to normal soon. Yeah, I don't know. It do be the Halloween spirit. Hold on, what's the center of the fucking screen? Let me just scroll. Fucking there's music to this? Fuck that shit. We're gonna have a fuck ass fucking prop, okay guys? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. How does this look? How's this looking? Okay, no, I fucked up the crop. Make it a little bit wider. Send it off more that way. Peak brain rot. Good job, streamer. Thank you. Okay. Okay, there we go, dude. This story begins within the walls of a castle with the birth of a mouse. Playing RuneScape 2? I don't know what the fuck RuneScape. Why is this like low quality? Oh, it's already max quality, dude. Why does it look kind of... The bitrate is poo-poo. Anyways. So number go up, dopamine. Dopamine. Guys, I think you guys are admitting that you enjoy gambling too much. It looks fine on stream. Well... stream do be kind of low quality. JK. I try my best. Looks fine? Okay, thank you. The birth of a mouse. A small mouse. The last mouse born to his parents and the only one of his litter to be born alive. Not 1% quality, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Where are my babies? Said the exhausted mother when the ordeal was through. Show to me my babies. The father mouse held the one small mouse up high. Also, I feel like I'm gonna say mouse so much that it's not gonna feel like a word anymore. There's only this one, he said. The others are dead. The book is cinema. This book is cinema, dude. It's so good. Mon Dieu, just the one mouse baby? Just the one. Will you name him? All that work for nothing, said the mother. She sighed. It is so sad. It is such the disappointment. She was a French mouse who had arrived at the castle. But also, maybe reading right after I woke up from a nap is not that great because I'm kind of fried right now, but that's okay. She was a French mouse who had arrived at the castle long ago in the luggage of a visiting French diplomat. Disappointment was one of her favorite words. She used it often. Fried reading, deep fried. Will you name him? Repeated the father. Will I name him? Will I name him? Of course I will name him, but he will only die like the others. Oh, so sad. Oh, such the tragedy. Dude, fuck this mom, dude. What a deadbeat mom. The mouse mother held a handkerchief to her nose and then waved it in front of her face. She sniffed. I will name him. Yes, I will name this mouse Despero, for all the sadness, for the many despairs in this place. Now where is my mirror? Her husband handed her a small shard of mirror. The mouse mother, whose name was Antoinette, looked at her reflection and gasped out loud. Pullaise, she said to one of her sons, get for me my makeup bag. My eyes are a fright. While Antoinette touched up her eye makeup, the mouse father put Despero down on a bed made of blanket scraps. The April sun, weak but determined, shone through a castle window, and from there squeezed itself through a small hole in the wall and placed one golden finger on the little mouse. I'm tired. It's been 10 minutes. I'm already tired. The other older mice children gathered around to stare at Despero. Oh my god, story time? Yes, hello Trim. Hi Starvoid. Wake up. Wake up. His ears are too big, said his sister Merlot. Those are the biggest ears I've ever seen. Look, said a brother named Furlough. Play some prey and get jump scared. Shit, man, I guess it is like the last day that I can play anything spooky. That'll wake me up. It's okay. It's okay. Look, said a brother named Furlow. His eyes are open. Pa, his eyes are open. They shouldn't be open. It is true. Despero's eyes should not have been open, but they were. He was staring at the sun reflecting off his mother's mirror. The light was shining onto the ceiling in an oval of brilliance, and he was smiling up at the sight. There's something wrong with him, said the father. Leave him alone. Almost lost your streak at Mark Anthony concert, but streak stays strong. Huh. Good job, dude. Despero's brothers and sisters stepped back, away from the new mouse. This is the last, proclaimed Antoinette from her bed. I will have no more mice babies. They are such a disappointment. They are hard on my beauty. They ruin, for me, my looks. This is the last one. No more. The last one, said the father, and he'll be dead soon. He can't live. Not with his eyes open like that. But reader, he did live. And this is his story. Look at this fucking rat, dude. Look at these fucking rats. Despero's eyes should not have been open. You know, that's me. It do be me, except my eyes would actually be closed. Cause I love sleeping. I can't believe that my fucking I can't trust myself to wake up to alarms anymore. Anyways, chapter 2, such a disappointment. Despero Tilling lived, but his existence was cause for much speculation in the mouse community. He's the smallest mouse I've ever seen, said his Aunt Florence. It's ridiculous. No mouse has ever been this small, not even a Tilling. She looked at Despero through narrowed eyes as if she expected him to disappear entirely. No mouse, she said again. Ever. Thought I was being racist again? What, you're saying that my eyes would be so small that it looks like I'm sleeping anyways? Not untrue. I feel like that is probably a joke that I would make. You love this movie. Oh no, but speaking of being racist, bro. Okay, first of all, today at work, the craziest things were being said. It was giving me so much anxiety when they started talking about like, bro, it was actually like unironic, like sort of racist things being said. Also, congrats on 10. I was being racist earlier. No, it's true. No, it's not me. There was, okay, so I have a Russian coworker. When he started talking about the Russian-Ukraine war, I was about to hyperventilate. And then people started talking about like bad drivers, particularly in Brampton and they specified the race, and I was like, what? And then one of them even pulled out the R slur, and I was like, what the hell, dude? What the hell, dude? Have we not learned? Yeah, anyways, besides that, I also found out that my Asian coworker can't eat rice. He's fucking allergic to rice. How do you, that's my would have been 30 something if you didn't have work when I started streaming. Yeah, my fault. I should just stream on your guys' fucking schedules, man. For real. Anyways, that's how my day at work went. I found out an Asian coworker is allergic to rice, absolutely fucking debuffed to the moon. And also, a lot of my coworkers are very vocally racist. Bad news? What happened? Streak died. What? It just updated? No. No. Shit, man. Is that 55 gone? L streak. True. For the third time. Damn, dude. Damn. Despero, his tail wrapped around his feet, stared back at her. Those are some big ears he's got too, observed his Uncle Alfred. They look more like donkey ears if you ask me. They are obscenely large ears, said Aunt Florence. Despero wiggled his ears. His Aunt Florence gasped. They say he was born with his eyes open, whispered Uncle Alfred. What's up, Andres? They're talking about you right now. Can you wiggle your ears? Despero stared hard at his uncle. Impossible, said Aunt Florence. No mouse, no matter how small or obscenely large-eared, is ever born with his eyes open. It simply isn't done. You can? Good job, Jim. Also, congrats on 35, Starvoid. We have been updated that technically Neat has lost his streak. So, yeah. Toxic. It simply isn't done. His pa Lester says he's not well, said Uncle Alfred. Despero sneezed. He said nothing in defense of himself. How could he? Everything his aunt and uncle said was true. He was ridiculously small. His ears were obscenely large. He had been born with his eyes open. And he was sickly. Need me to go live for another 10 minutes when I wake up for work and kill everyone's streak? Nah, dude, that's actually crazy. You're preying on everyone's downfall. That's actually crazy. Also, I got tortilla chips. If I'm feeling hungry. You'd be awake? No, for sure you would be awake. Need another surprise collab. And he was sickly. He coughed and sneezed so often that he carried a handkerchief in one paw at all times. He ran temperatures. He fainted at loud noises. Most alarming of all, he showed no interest in the things a mouse should show interest in. Hi. Ohayo. 見に来てありがとう、タンさん. This will be your 13th reason. He did not think constantly of food. He was not intent on tracking down every crumb. While his larger, older siblings ate, Ohayo. Mite, kono nezumi-san. Kawaii. Very, very cute. I love this fucking rat. He was not intent on tracking down every crumb. 36 going strong. Dink donk. Please get deranged book talk books to read from the library. Dude, we already read a smut book before. That already. Listen, I read it once and then all of a sudden you guys are just like, man, she loves smut. This is not true. This is untrue. Bye-bye back to the concert. Have fun, dude. Thanks for dropping by and preserving your streak. I do love smut. I do not love smut, guys. I can read a book without smut. While his larger, older siblings ate, Despero stood with his head cocked to one side, holding very still. Do you hear that sweet sound? He said. I hear the sound of cake crumbs falling out of people's mouths and hitting the floor, said his brother Tulez. That is what I hear. No, said Despero. It's something else. It sounds like... honey. You might have big ears, said Tulez, but they're not attached right to your brain. You don't hear honey, you smell honey, when there's honey to smell. Which there isn't. Son, barked Despero's father. Snap to it. Get your head out of the crowds, out of the clouds, and hunt for crumbs. Please, said his mother, look for the crumbs. Eat them to make your mama happy. You're such the skinny mouse. You are a disappointment to your mama. Ooh! Sorry. In the way he said crowds. Sorry, said Despero. He lowered his head and sniffed the castle floor. For reader, he was not smelling. He was listening, with his big ears, to the sweet sound that no other mouse seemed to hear. Bro, how can you have a mama that straight up says to your face that you're a disappointment? That's fucked. That's fucked. I don't think I could ever recover if that's how I grew up. Okay, chapter 3. Once upon a time. Despero's siblings tried to educate him in the ways of being a mouse. His brother Furlough took him on a tour of the castle to demonstrate the art of scurrying. W mom! Move side to side, instructed Furlough, scrambling across the waxed castle floor. Look over your shoulder all the time, first to the right, then to the left. Don't stop for anything. But Despero wasn't listening to Furlough. He was staring at the light pouring in through the stained glass windows of the castle. Can't speak. He stood on his hind legs and held his handkerchief over his heart and stared up into the brilliant light. Furlough, he said, what is this thing? What are all these colors? Are we in heaven? Cripes, shouted Furlough from a far corner. Don't stand there in the middle of the floor talking about heaven. Move! You're a mouse, not a man. You've got to scurry. You're gonna flip really mad. No, I'm also gonna be really mad. Because what the fuck, dude? Also, can I turn on... Let me brighten the light a little bit. For my eyes. You're a mouse, not a man. You've got to scurry. What? Said Despero, still staring at the light. But Furlough was gone. He had, like a good mouse, disappeared into a hole in the molding. Despero's sister Merlot took him into the castle library, where light came streaming in through tall, high windows and landed on the floor in bright yellow patches. Here, said Merlot, follow me, small brother, and I will instruct you on the fine points of how to nibble paper. Merlot skirt. Merlot scurried up a chair and from there hopped onto a table on which there sat a huge open book. Really mad. No, shut up, dude. Shut up. Hold on, wait. Let me. Maybe should I eat a chip? No, it's fine. I won't be fat. I already had a donut today. That's okay. This way, small brother, she said as she crawled onto the pages of the book. It's me. It's a little rat, dude. And Despero followed her from the chair, to the table, to the page. Now then, said Merlot, this glue here is tasty, and the paper edges are crunchy and yummy, like so. She nibbled the edge of a page and then looked over at Despero. You try, she said. First a bite of some glue, and then follow it with a crunch of the paper. And then these squiggles, they are very tasty. Glue eater, listen, I'm a proclaimed soap eater. I have never once ate glue. I'm only a soap eater, okay? Despero looked down at the book, and something remarkable happened. These marks on the soap incident? Yeah, we don't talk about this. Listen, I got $12 dues. Where the fuck was I? Something remarkable happened. Soap eater? Is that an actual song? The marks on the pages, the squiggles, as Merlot referred to them, arranged themselves into shapes. The shapes arranged themselves into words, and the words spelt out a delicious and wonderful phrase. Once upon a time. That's way too boomer for her, bro. I mean, yeah. I'm also uncultured as fuck. I don't know anything about music. Once upon a time, whispered Despero. What? Said Merlot. Nothing. Snake Eater, Metal Gear. Dude, the fucking sneaking, eking. That was terrible. That was actually so bad. Eat, said Merlot. And this says once upon a time. I couldn't possibly, said Despero, backing away from the book. Why? Sneaky, neaky, like a snake. This is so bad, dude. Holy shit. Why? Said Despero. It would ruin the story. The story? What story? Merlot stared at him. A piece of paper trembled at the end of one of her indignant whiskers. It's just like Pa said when you were born. Something is not right with you. She turned and scurried from the library to tell her parents about this latest disappointment. Reading? Hello, Ryu. Good morning. I guess Halloween is over for you, right? Also happy Halloween. It's raining right now, which means that the kids are catching a fat L. LARPing as a non-smut reader? What? What does LARPing even mean, bro? Despero waited. New record? Congrats on 7, dude. Poor Neat. Poor Neat. Despero waited until she was gone, and then he reached out, and with one paw, touched the lovely words. Do I know the English language? Just asking. Maybe not. Need to go out? Thanks for dropping by. Here you go. Have one of these. Once upon a time. Live action role playing? Oh, I knew the RPing was role playing, but I didn't know what LARP was. For gore, I'm ESL. Don't take me back to my days of interacting with ESL children, man. That was terrible. I had since I knew like a little bit of Mandarin, my fucking teachers, they would always put me with the ESL kids and they'd be like, learn from them, teach them how to be Canadian, teach them how to be English, assimilate the children. Cope holy. Listen, don't worry about it. He shivered, he sneezed, he blew his nose into his handkerchief. You knew Mandarin? I mean, yeah, I knew Mandarin, come on. At least a little bit. 一点点. 一点点. Once upon a time, he said aloud, relishing the sound, and then tracing each word with his paw, he read the story of a beautiful princess and the brave knight who serves and honors her. Despero did not know it, but he would need, very soon, to be brave himself. The fuck does she say? You ain't watched Dandadan, bro? 一点点. 一点 means a little bit. See, I know Mandarin. I know Chinese. I'm not a disappointment to my ancestors. Have I mentioned that beneath the castle there was a dungeon? In the dungeon there were rats, large rats, mean rats. It's the rest of you guys, bro. Mean rats. Despero was destined to meet those rats. Reader, you must know that an interesting fate, sometimes involving rats, sometimes not, awaits most everyone, mouse or man, who does not conform. That was actually Cantonese, not Mandarin. Dude, I know jack shit about Cantonese. How hard this book would go if it had Dark Souls lore? That would be kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know anything about Cantonese. It sounds crazy to me. And also it has like 8 tones. I don't know what I would do if I had to learn a language that had 8 tones. 4 tones. 5 tones is already bad enough. Okay, chapter 4. Enter the PEA. Despero's brothers and sisters soon abandoned the thankless task of trying to educate him in the ways of being a mouse. Trick or treat? Hello, Axon. Happy Halloween. Lore drop on every obscure item mentioned in this book. And so, Despero was free. He spent his days as he wanted. He wandered through the rooms of the castle, staring dreamily at the light streaming in through the stained glass windows. What's my favorite Halloween candy? I like Jolly Ranchers. Or things that are sour. Fucking, they never hand out Sour Patch Kids anymore. Also, did you guys see that the videos? Oh, Reese's Cup is also a good choice. Have you guys seen that video of the peanut M&Ms in the fucking like variety pack? That either comes with crumbs or like only 1 M&M, maybe 2, instead of the 5 or 6 that you're promised. That's crazy. Canadian food production, am I right? That's toxic. What the? No, you haven't. Hold on. Can I find it? Can I find it? Maybe on TikTok. M&M Gamba, let's go. Sounds like a Canadian thing. I mean, yeah, peanut M and M's. Larry's story. Evil Larry. Evil Larry. Is it this?
Oh my god.
Okay, I guess it's kind of this. Let's just open up, or I guess we can watch it like this. This is scuffed, guys. This is scuffed.
Oh hell no, man! What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Oh my.
It was actually reading, surfing, TikToking, absolute chaos, man. Why is it so fucking hot? No, tell me about it, dude. This heat wave is kind of crazy. It was so hot in production today. Everyone was sweating, which brings me to my next point. Low-key, engineers kind of smell. Engineers are kind of smelly, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The world is dying. True. But yeah, like with the combination of the machines running and the heat and stuff, all types of engineers are smelly. Yes, unfortunately I've gained confirmation. Like people were getting sweaty because of there was manual labor. I was partaking, dude. I was mixing shit and I was lifting up 20-kilo sugar bags because I'm strong like that. And then like, I don't know. You're not smelly, bro. Cope. I'm not strong. You're an audio engineer. Look at those forearms. Yeah, what are you saying, bro? What do you mean? What the hell, dude? Anyways, there was actually a Canadian lady who opened up, I think like 5 or something M&M packets, and pretty much all of them were, a lot of them were really empty. So, You know, maybe it's a good thing we rained again on Halloween. Short plus smut reader plus furry. You said yourself I'm an avian. The weak ass grips when I say. What do you mean weak ass grips, dude? Oh, that reminds me. Opening those and getting through. Yeah, it's such a scam, dude. That reminds me. The other day, I got like I shook hands with someone. He squeezed my hand so tightly that I heard my knuckles pop. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm so fucking weak, bro. I'm so fucking weak. Okay, anyways. Where was I? Glug glug. He went to the library and read over and over again the story of the fair maiden and the knight who rescued her. Trying to deny the scalia. Huh? Your wrists are so small. No, tell me about it. What's up, Maso? Arms look strong enough to complete amnesia on Halloween. Maybe next Halloween. I fear I'm genuinely like not mentally prepared to get thrown into the middle of a game again. I think last time I played it for like 20 minutes and then I panicked because it was in the middle and then I couldn't handle the ambience because I was thrown right into it again. Capcom said fuck horror games. Oh shit. Thank you. Wait, didn't that happen yesterday? Welcome in, crooks. True horrors at the beta only lasts 2 days. Yeah, let's go. Huge W. And he discovered, finally, the source of the honey sweet sound. The sound was music. Neat. Crooks. The sound was King Philip playing his guitar and singing to his daughter, the Princess P, every night before she fell asleep. Hidden in a hole in the wall of the princess's bedroom, the mouse listened with all his heart. Christmas jazz again? It's not Christmas jazz, guys. He'll be a skeleton by the time I start a horror game. Yeah, I'm not denying the allegations. I'm a little poopy bitch. I hate horror games, man. They're scary. The sound of the king's music made Despero's soul grow large and light inside of him. He's skeleton. Out at 8 p.m. You mean 11 p.m.? 11 p.m. Oh, he said, it sounds like heaven. It smells like honey. He stuck his left ear out of the hole in the wall so that he could hear the music better, and then he stuck his right ear out so that he could hear better still. And it wasn't too long before one of his paws followed his head, and then another paw, and then, without any real planning on Despero's part, the whole of him was on display, all in an effort to get closer to the music. Why is she talking like that though? Because I can't fucking read, bro. I can't fucking read. Now, while Despero did not indulge in many of the normal behaviors of mice, he did adhere to one of the most basic and elemental of all mice rules. Do not ever, under any circumstances, reveal yourself to humans. But the music made him lose his head and act against the few small mouse instincts he was in possession of, and because of this he revealed himself, and in no time at all he was spied by the sharp-eyed Princess P. Oh, papa, she said. What am I reading? Tales of Despero. It's the fucking story about a French mouse. who may or may not be. I don't know, dude. You guys know that sound where it's like, I like that autistic man. You know that one? I feel like this is some sort of allegory for having a mental disability. Because everyone in his family is like, you're such a disappointment. You woke up, you fucking were born with your eyes open. You look ugly. You have big ears. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's a fucking disappointment. And that's that's just how I feel. I could be wrong. It's about Milo, bro. Oh, 100%, dude. And you guys are the mean rats. The mean rats who haven't been fucking... Where the fuck? Okay, anyways. Oh, papa, she said. Look, a mouse. The king stopped singing. He squinted. The king was nearsighted. That is, anything that was not right in front of his eyes was very difficult for him to see. Crooks, what's up? Where? Where? Said the king. There, said the Princess P. She pointed. That, my dear P, is a bug, not a mouse. It is much too small to be a mouse. No, it's a mouse. A bug, said the king, who liked to be right. A mouse, said the P, who knew that she was right. As for Despero, he was beginning to realize that he made a very grave error. He trembled. He shook. He sneezed. He considered fainting. He's frightened, said the P. Look, he's so afraid that he's shaking. I think he was listening to the music. Play something, Papa. A king play music for a bug? King Philip wrinkled his forehead. Is that proper, do you think? Wouldn't that make this into some kind of topsy-turvy, wrong-headed world if a king played music for a bug? Papa, I told you, he's a mouse, said the P. Please? Oh, well, if it'll make you happy, I, the king, will play music for a bug. A mouse, corrected the P. The king adjusted his heavy gold crown. Oh, my crown is too heavy. Bug. He cleared his throat. He strummed mouse. He strummed the guitar and started to sing a song about stardust. The song was as sweet as light shining through stained glass windows, as captivating as a story in a book. Me when you show me music? What the? Why am I catching a stray? I suppose I can play music for a bug. Actually, I'm a mouse. Fuck you. Despero forgot all his fear. He only wanted to hear the music. He crept closer, then closer still, until, reader, he was sitting right at the foot of the king. Actually, I'm a girl derogatory. That's crazy, bro. Okay, chapter 5. What Furlough Saw. The Princess P looked down at Despero. She smiled at him. And while her father played another song, a song about the deep purple falling over sleepy garden walls, the princess reached out and touched the top of the mouse's head. Despero stared up at her in wonder. The P, he decided, looked just like the picture of the fair maiden in the book in the library. The princess smiled at Despero again, and this time, Despero smiled back. And then something incredible happened. The mouse fell in love. That's crazy, bro. I can't believe I'm reading the Bee Movie. Despero stared up at her in wonder. Reader, you may ask this question. In fact, you must ask this question. Is it ridiculous for a very small, sickly, big-eared mouse to fall in love with a beautiful human princess named P? Ain't he like two? Typical virgin. Sees one girl, no, typical Mormon, low-key. Sees one girl, falls in love, and then is like, hey, you gotta marry me, by the way. The answer is yes. Of course it's ridiculous. Love is ridiculous. But love is also wonderful. Wait. And powerful. And Despero's love for the Princess P would prove, in time, to be all these things. Powerful, wonderful, and ridiculous. You're so sweet, said the princess to Despero. You're so tiny. Calling him short. As Despero looked up at her adoringly, Furlough brain rotting 100%. Furlough happened to scurry past to the princess' room, moving his head left to right, right to left, back and forth. Cripes, said Furlough. He stopped. He stared into the princess's room. His whiskers became tight as bowstrings. What Furlough saw was Despero Tilling, sitting at the foot of the king. What Furlough saw was the princess touching the top of his brother's head. Cripes, shouted Furlough. Again. Oh, Cripes! He's nuts! He's a goner! Scene still has a lot of empty space, bro. And executing a classic scurry, Furlough went off to tell his father, Lester Tilling, the terrible, unbelievable news of what he had just seen. Chapter 6. This drum. He simply cannot be my son, Lester said. He clutched his whiskers with his front paws and shook his head from side to side in despair. Of course he is your son, said Antoinette. What do you mean he is not your son? This is a ridiculous statement. Why must you always make the ridiculous statements? Speed running through this book? Yeah, man. These chapters are like 3 pages long. You, said Lester. This is your fault. The French blood in him has made him crazy. C'est moi? Said Antoinette. C'est moi? Why must it always be I who takes the blame? If your son is such a disappointment, it is much your fault as mine. French. I'm such a pro gamer. I don't even need arms to CS:GO surf. Yeah, listen, I think the tactic with having these short chapters is to give the children the dopamine of finishing a chapter so that they keep reading. It is as much your fault as mine. Something must be done, said Lester. He pulled on a whisker so hard that it came loose. He waved the whisker over his head. He pointed it at his wife. He will be the end of us all, he shouted, sitting at the foot of a human king. Unbelievable. Unthinkable. Oh, so dramatic, said Antoinette. She held out one paw and studied her painted nails. He is a small mouse. How much of the harm can he do? You used to read until you were forced to stop? Yeah, man. If there is one thing I have learned in this world, said Lester, it is that mice must act like mice, or else there is bound to be trouble. Some Dr. Seuss spitting bars, dude. That mice must act like mice, or else there is bound to be trouble. I will call a special meeting of the Mouse Council. Together we will decide what must be done. Are they gonna... They're not gonna kill him. Oh, said Antoinette, you in this council of the mouse. It is a waste of the time, in my opinion. Don't you understand? Shouted Lester. He must be punished. He must be brought up before the tribunal. He pushed past her and dug furiously through a pile of paper scraps until he uncovered a thimble with a piece of leather stretched across its open end. The only thing you can read is manga or eroge text, Maso. Oh, please, said Antoinette. She covered her ears. Not this drum of a council of the mouse. Yes, said Lester, the drum. He held it up high above his head, first to the north, and then to the south, and then to the east, and to the west. He lowered it and turned his back to his wife, and closed his eyes and took a deep breath, and began to beat the drum slowly. One long beat with his tail, 2 staccato beats with his paws. Boom. Tat tat boom. Tat tat boom. Tat tat. That's just Hollow Knight. Crazy, dude. The rhythm of the drum was a signal for the other members of the Mouse Council. Boom. Tat tat. Boom. Tat tat. Boom. The beating of the drum let them know that an important decision would have to be made, one that affected the safety and well-being of the entire mouse community. Boom. Tat tat. Boom. Tat tat. Boom. Finally woke up. Perhaps I'm feeling more awake now. I kind of want a chip. Guys, hold on. What if I eat a chip? I'll be hearing from the mouse community. ASMR chip. We'll try our best. Don't permit me eating that tortilla chip. You can't even say tortilla, bro. Chip. It's true. Oh, rolled on, because that's how you're supposed to say it, bro. What do you mean tortilla? Gonna lay in bed? Thanks for dropping by. L crunch. Oh, crunch. Okay, we're gonna run it back then. I already went through the fact that you can pronounce the basics, but you can't roll your R's, dude. You literally said to me, you can't even pronounce your own name because there's an R in there. Oh, why is it not crunching, dude? This is absolute you know. From the ashes they rose? Well, what the fuck, dude? What kind of poetic ass shit is that? I bet Neat can't say it in Spanish either. Also, there's an R, dude. There's this fucking tortilla. Yeah, nerd on him, Andres. Hell yeah, dude. Well, he's barely say it in English. Chapter 7. A Mouse in Love. And what was our own favorite member of the mouse community doing while the sound of the mouse council drum echoed through the walls of a castle? Reader, I must report that Furlough had not seen the worst of it. Despero sat with the princess and the king and listened to song after song. Anyways, you're Is this chat woke? At one point, gently, oh so gently, the pea picked up the mouse in her hand. She cupped him in her palm and scratched his oversized ears. You have lovely ears, the pea said to him. They are like small pieces of velvet. This chat is feeling very woke. Is the very woke thing to say that America is OP? Despero thought that he might faint with the pleasure of someone referring to his ears as small and lovely. He laid his tail against the pea's wrist to steady himself, and he felt the princess's pulse, the pounding of her heart, and his own heart immediately took up the rhythm of hers. What's your what? Crooks, don't do that to him. 50. That's cap. That's cope. For real cope. Papa. Sorry. Papa, the pea said when the music was over. I'm going to keep this mouse. We are going to be great friends. The king looked at Despero cupped in his daughter's hands. He narrowed his eyes. A mouse, he muttered. A rodent. What? Said the pea. Put it down, the king commanded. No, said the pea, who was a person not at all used to being told what to do. I mean, why should I? Because I told you to. Papa, I'm keeping them. But why? Protested the pea. Because it's a mouse. I know, I'm the one who told you he was a mouse. I wasn't thinking, said the king. Thinking of what? Your mother. The queen. My mother, said the pea sadly. Mice are rodents, said the king. He adjusted his crown. His oh so heavy gold crown. I know it's a yeah, forehead. Yeah, forehead, because we got eyes. Mice are rodents, said the king. He adjusted his crown. They are related to rats. You know how we feel about rats. You know of our own dark history with rats. The pea shuddered. But Papa, she said, he is not a rat. He is a mouse. There is a difference. Royalty, the king said, has many responsibilities, and one of them is not becoming involved personally with even the distant relatives of one's enemies. Put him down, Pea. They are related to Fork. Dropping Plague Lord, that's what I'm saying, dude. Put him down, Pea. The princess put Despero down. Good girl, said the king, and then he looked up at Despero. Scat, he said. Despero, however, did not scat. Skippity papa tapa. He sat and stared up at the princess. The king stamped his foot. Scat, he shouted. Papa, said the princess, please don't be mean to him. And she began to weep. Despero, seeing her tears, broke the last of the great ancient rules of mice. He spoke. To a human. The brain rot is too strong. Please, said Despero, don't cry. What even is that song? I listened to that song like one time. It was one of genuinely like the worst fucking songs I've ever heard in my life. Push and pee. Push and pee. Dumbass, terrible music, man. He held out his handkerchief to the princess. The pea sniffed and leaned down close to him. Do not speak to her, thundered the king. Despero dropped his handkerchief. He backed away from the king. Rodents do not speak to princesses. We will not have this becoming a topsy-turvy, wrong-headed world. There are rules. Scat. Get lost before my common sense returns and I have you killed. But 2 Chainz on my playlist, one song, bro, one song. And it's also Lil Wayne. I just like the beat. I really, really like the beat on that song. The king stamped his foot again. Despero found it alarming to have such a big foot brought down with so much force and anger, so close to his own small head. Cope. It might be Cope. He ran toward the hole in the wall. But he turned before he entered it. He turned and shouted to the princess, "My name is Despero." The chaos song, from the rain to the sea. That's all I know, dude, because that's all I hear about TikTok before I scroll past it. "Despero," she said. "I honor you," shouted Despero. "I honor you" was what the knight said to the fair maiden in the story that Despero read every day in the book in the library. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. What you know ain't what you see. Oh, what a... That's such a bad song, dude. That's such a bad song. Despero had muttered the phrase often to himself, but he had never before this evening had occasion to use it when speaking to someone else. I do not love that song. It's such a bad song. It's so bad. It's so bad. "Get out of here," shouted the king, stamping his foot. Harder and then harder still, so it seemed as if the whole castle, the very world, were shaking. Rodents know nothing of honor. Despero ran into the hole, and from there he looked out at the princess. She had picked up his handkerchief and she was looking at him. Right directly into his soul. Looking for a fun time? I can't remember how that song goes off the top of my head. "Despero," she said. He saw his name on her lips. "I honor you," whispered Despero. "I honor you." He put his paw over his heart. He bowed so low that his whiskers touched the floor. He was, alas, a mouse deeply in love. That's crazy, bro. I love Thurnston. Wasn't his name Thurnston the cat? Okay, chapter 8. To the rats. The Mouse Council. 13 honored mice and one most very honored head mouse heeded the call of Lester's drum and gathered in a small secret hole off King Philip's throne room. Cat lore master? What the hell, dude? When did I get this title? The 14 mice sat around a piece of wood balanced on spools of thread and listened in horror while Despero's father related the story of what Furlough had seen. "At the foot of the king," said Lester. Her finger right on top of his head," said Lester. He was looking up at her, and it was not in fear. The Mouse Council members listened with their mouths opened. They listened with their whiskers dropping, and their ears flat against their heads. Despero low-key a weeb? What? Huh? Consumed one piece of media and made it his entire personality, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. They listened in dismay and outrage and fear. When Lester finished, there was a silence dismal and deep. Something intoned the most very honored head mouse. "Something is wrong with your son. He is not well. This goes beyond his fevers, beyond his large ears and his lack of growth. He is deeply disturbed. His behavior endangers us all. Humans cannot be trusted. We know this to be an indisputable fact. A mouse who consorts with humans. A mouse who would sit right at the foot of a man. A mouse who would allow a human to touch him." A sentence is how Abe speaks? And here, the entire Mouse Council indulged in a collective shiver of disgust. "Cannot be trusted. That is the way of the world." Can't speak. "That is the way of the world. Our world. Fellow mice, it is my most fervent hope that Despero has not spoken to these humans, but obviously we can assume nothing, and this is a time to act, not wonder." Lester nodded his head in agreement, and the 12 other members of the Mouse Council nodded their heads too. "We have no choice," said the head mouse. "He must go to the dungeon." He pounded his fisted paw on the table. "He must go to the rats. Immediately." Hello, Timothy. "Members of the council, I will now ask you to vote," which also, guys, vote on next Tuesday, if you haven't already. "Those in favor of Despero being sent to the dungeon say aye." There was a chorus of sad ayes. "Those opposed say nay." Nay nay. Is it not next Tuesday? Politics? Yes. Silence reigned in the room. You already mailed in? Poggers, dude. The only noise came from Lester. He was crying. And 13 mice, ashamed for Lester, looked away. Me for president? Bro, I can't even run for president because I'm not OP Americans like you guys are. I would be detrimental to your country. I will not deny this fact, dude. Nothing but disdain. Not as much as my coworkers, man. The fucking racism that I was witnessing was absolutely crazy. Anyways. Reader, can you imagine your own father not voting against your being sent to a dungeon full of rats? Can you imagine him not saying one word in your defense? Despero's father wept, and the most very honored head mouse beat his paw against the table again and said, Despero Tilling will appear before the mouse community. He will hear of his sins. He will be given a chance to deny them. Fitting in and making friends is crazy, bro. If he does not deny them, he will be allowed to renounce them so that he may go to the dungeon with a pure heart. Despero Tilling is hereby called to sit with the Mouse Council. The mouse community is gonna cancel. Shit, bro, I'll literally never recover from this. At least Lester had the decency to weep at his act of perfidy. Perfidy? Reader, do you know what perfidy means? A very self-aware author, thank you. I have a feeling you do, based on the little scene that has just unfolded here. But you should look up. You should look up the word in your dictionary just to be sure. I just might, dude. What the hell, dude? Perfidy. Deceitfulness, untrustworthiness. It was an example of his perfidy. Okay. Very cool, Google. Chapter 9. The Right Question. The Mouse Council sent Furlough to collect Despero, and Furlough found his brother in the library, standing on top of the great open book, his tail wrapped tightly around his feet, his small body shivering. Oh, they're kind of a yapper? For real, dude. Despero was reading the story out loud to himself. He was reading from the beginning so that he could get to the end, where the reader was assured that the knight and the fair maiden lived together happily ever after. Despero wanted to read those words. Happily ever after. He needed to say them aloud. He needed some assurance that this feeling he had for the Princess P, this love, would come to a good end. And so, he was reading. He was reading the story as if it were a spell, and the words of it, spoken aloud, could make magic happen. See here, said Furlough out loud to himself. He looked at his brother and then looked away. This is just the kind of thing I'm talking about. This is exactly the kind of thing. What is he doing here, for cripe's sake? He's not eating the paper. He's talking to the paper. It's wrong, wrong, wrong. Hey, he said to Despero. Despero kept reading. Hey, shouted Furlough. Despero! The Mouse Council wants you. Pardon? Said Despero. He looked up from the book. The Mouse Council has called you to sit with them. Me? Said Despero. You. Not me. Not Hermione. You. I'm busy right now, said Despero, and he bent his head again to the open book. Furlough sighed. Geez, he said. Cripes, nothing makes sense to this guy. Nothing. I was right to turn him in. He's sick. Furlough crawled up the chair leg and then hopped onto the book. He sat next to Despero. He tapped him on the head once, twice. Hey, he said. The Mouse Council isn't asking. They're telling. They're commanding. You have to come with me. Right now. Despero turned to Furlough. Do you know what love is? He said. Huh? Love. Furlough shook his head. You're asking the wrong question, he said. The question you should be asking is why the Mouse Council wants to see you. When you're not asking, commanding. There is somebody who loves me, said Despero. And I love her, and that is the only thing that matters to me. Somebody who loves you? Somebody who you love? What difference does that make? What matters is that you're in a lot of trouble with the Mouse Council. Her name, said Despero, is P. What? The person who loves me. Her name is P. Cripes, said Furlough. You're missing the whole point of everything here. Little bro, you love a grown-ass woman. P. You're missing the point of being a mouse. You're missing the point of being called to sit with the mouse council. You've got to come with me. It's the law. You've been called. Despero sighed. He reached out and touched the words Fair Maiden in the book. He traced them with one paw, and then he put his paw to his mouth. His piss just... That's crazy, dude. Cripes, said Furlough. You're making a fool of yourself. Let's go. I honor you, whispered Despero. I honor you. And then, reader, he followed Furlough over the book and down the chair leg and across the library floor to the waiting mouse council. He allowed his brother to lead him to his fate. Okay, chapter 10. Chapter 10. It do be 10:39, but since I napped, we can go until probably, I think 11:30. The entire mouse community, as instructed by the most very honored head mouse. Literally been watching surfing this entire time. It works. It works. Also, hold on. Maybe let me put this on loop. Let me put this on loop so it doesn't just stop. The entire mouse community, as instructed by the most very honored head mouse, had gathered behind the walls of the castle bedroom. So many of these maps are classics for real, for real. I haven't seen them before. But you guys already knew that. The members of the mouse council sat atop 3 bricks piled high, and spread out before them was every mouse, old and young, foolish and wise, who lived in the castle. Uncultured, what else is new? It's okay, it's it's not like CSGO exists anymore anyways, it's CS2. They were all waiting for Despero. Make way, said Furlough. It isn't okay? What do you mean, dude? It's a fucking surf map. Here he is. I've got him. Make way. Furlough pushed through the crowd of mice. Despero clung to his brother's tail. There he is, the mice whispered. There he is. He's so small. He's such a small bean. They say he was born with his eyes open. Some of the mice pulled away from Despero in disgust, and others, thrill seekers, reached out to touch him with a whisker or a paw. How crazy how I read minds. The princess put a finger on him. They say he sat at the foot of the king. It is simply not done, came the distinctive voice of Despero's Aunt Florence. Parentheses is off limits. Grr. Make way, shouted Furlough. I have him right here. I have Despero Tilling, who has been called to sit with the Mouse Council. He led Despero to the front of the room. Honored members of the Mouse Council, shouted Furlough. I have brought to you Despero Tilling, as you requested, to sit with you. He looked over his shoulder at Despero. Let go of me, Furlough said. Despero dropped Furlough's tail. He looked up at the members of the Mouse Council. His father met his gaze and then shook his head and looked away. Despero turned and faced the sea of mice. To the dungeon, a voice cried out. Straight to the dungeon with him. I come before the Mouse Council not to beg, but to ask. Despero's head, which had been full of such delightful phrases as happily ever after, and lovely ears, and I honor you, suddenly cleared. Straight to the dungeon, another voice shouted. Enough, said the most very honored head mouse. This trial will be conducted in an orderly fashion. We will act civilized. The classic man thing. Classic man. Classic man. He cleared his throat. He said to Despero, Son, turn and look up at me. Girl is nice to you one time, she must love you. Bro. Especially, I'm not gonna lie, the Valorant e-boys. I wonder why the crunch is not getting captured. Pretty sure I don't have any OP filters on. You say nice shot to a Valorant e-boy, it's already too late. Tell me about it, dude. Ah, crunch. Chops is not getting picked up by my mic. I shouldn't speak with my mouth full. That's not very civilized of me. Nice mukbang. Son, turn and look at me. Despero turned. He looked up and into the head mouse's eyes. They were dark eyes, deep and sad and frightened. And looking into them, Despero's heart thudded once, twice. Despero Tilling, said the head mouse. Yes, sir, said Despero. We, the 14 members of the Mouse Council, have discussed your behavior. First, we will give you a chance to defend yourself against these rumors of your egregious acts. Did you or did you not sit at the foot of the Human King? I did, said Despero, but I was listening to the music, sir. I was there to hear the song that the king was singing. To hear the what? The song, sir. He was singing a song about the deep purple falling over Sleepy Garden walls. The head mouse shook his head. Whatever you are talking about is beside the point. The question is this, and only this. Did you sit at the foot of the Human King? What is that glorp, dude? Blorp. Hop on Monhun, lil bro. We're still 15 minutes too early. I did, sir. The community of mice shifted their tails and paws and whiskers. They waited. It live? It's... Wow, 15 minutes early? That's crazy, bro. Neat, where's your stream? You should go live and play some Monhun, bro. Really mad. And did you allow the girl human, the princess, to touch you? Bang bang. Until you finish making your hunter? Fair enough. Did you allow the girl human, the princess, to touch you? Her name is P. Never mind her name. Did you allow her to touch you? Yes, sir, said Despero. I let her touch me. It felt good. A gasp arose from the assembled mice. Despero heard his mother's voice. Mon Dieu, it is not the end of the world. It is simply a touch. It was a touch. What of it? It is simply not done, came Aunt Florence's voice from the crowd. To the dungeon, said a mouse in the front row. Silence, roared the most very honored head mouse. Silence. He looked down at Despero. Classic map. Florence a freak for real for real. Your own aunt praying for your downfall? Trying to send you to the dungeon? He looked down at Despero. Do you, Despero Tilling, understand the sacred, never-to-be-broken rules of conduct for being a mouse? Yes, sir, said Despero. I guess so. Didn't say classic, oops. What can I say? I'm dyslexic. I don't think I am, but that's my excuse. Yes, sir, said Despero. I guess so, but did you break them? Yes, sir, said Despero. He raised his voice. But I broke the rules for good reasons. Because of music, and because of love. Love, said the head mouse. Oh, cripes, said Frollo. Here we go. Crooks, what's happening? I love her, sir, said Despero. We are not here to talk about love. This trial is not about love. This trial is about you being a mouse, shouted the most very honored head mouse from high atop the bricks, and not acting like one. Yes, sir, said Despero. I know. No, I don't think that you know. And because you do not deny the charges, you must be punished. You are to be sent, as ancient Castle Mouse law decrees, to the dungeon. You are being sent to the rats. That's right, shouted a mouse in the crowd. That's the ticket. The dungeon! The rats! Despero's small heart sank all the way to the tip of his tail. There would be no light in the dungeon, no stained glass windows, no library, and no books. There would be no Princess P. But first, said the most very honored head mouse, we will give you the chance to renounce your actions. We will allow you to go to the dungeon with a pure heart. No Princess P. It's Jover, guys. There's no bitches. He's not gonna have bitches anymore. Renounce? Repent. Say that you are sorry you sat at the foot of the Human King. Say that you are sorry you allowed the human princess to touch you. Say that you regret these actions. Despero felt hot, and then cold, and then hot again. Renounce her? Renounce the princess? Mon Dieu, shouted his mother. Son, do not act the fool. Renounce. Repent. What say you, Despero Tilling? I say no, whispered Despero. What? Said the head mouse. No, said Despero, and this time he did not whisper the word. I am not sorry. I will not renounce my actions. I love her. I love the princess. There was a bellow of collective outrage. The whole of the mouse community surged towards Despero. The mice seemed to become one angry body with hundreds of tails and thousands of whiskers and one huge, hungry mouth opening and closing, saying over and over and over again, "To the dungeon! To the dungeon! To the dungeon!" The words pounded through Despero's body with each beat of his heart. "Very well," said the most very honored head mouse. "You will die then, with a black heart. Threadmaster," he called, "bring out the thread." Despero marveled at his own bravery. He admired his own defiance. And then, reader, he fainted. Unlucky. Unlucky. Okay, chapter 11. The Thread Master Cometh. When Despero came to, he heard the drum. His father was beating a rhythm that had much more boom and much less tat. Together, Lesser and the drum produced an ominous sound that went something like this. Boom, 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 tat. Boom, 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 tat. "Make way for the thread," cried a mouse who was pushing a wooden spool of red thread through the crowd. "Make way for the thread." Boom, 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 tat. Rat jam. "To the dungeon," shouted the mice. Despero lay on his back, blinking his eyes. How, he wondered, had things gone so terribly wrong? Wasn't it a good thing to love? In the book, love was a very good thing, because the knight loved the fair maiden. He was able to rescue her. They lived happily ever after. It said so, in the book. They were the last words on the page, happily ever after. Despero was certain that he had read exactly those words time and time again. Laying on the floor with the drum beating and the mice shouting and the Threadmaster calling out, "Make way, make way," Despero had a sudden, chilling thought. Had some other mouse eaten the words that spoke the truth? Did the knight and the fair maiden really not live happily ever after? Reader, do you believe that there is such a thing as happily ever after? Or, like Despero, have you too begun to question the possibility of happy endings? Shit, bro, I don't know. "Happily ever after," whispered Despero. "Happily ever after," he said again as a spool of thread came to a stop beside him. "The thread, the thread, the thread," murmured the mice. "I'm sorry," said the mouse behind the spool, "but I have to ask you to stand up. I have to do my job." Despero got slowly to his feet. "On your hind legs, please," said the Threadmaster. "It's the rules." Despero stood on his hind legs. "Thank you," said the mouse. "I appreciate it." While Despero watched, the Threadmaster unwound a length of red thread from the spool and tied a loop. "Just enough for the neck," muttered the mouse. "No more, no less. That's what the last Threadmaster taught me. Enough thread for the neck." He looked up at Despero and then back down at the loop of thread. "And you, my friend, have a small neck." Fucking size shaming him, what the hell? The Threadmaster raised his arms and put them around Despero's neck. He leaned in close and Despero smelled celery. "Talking about my neck, little bro? I got such a thick neck because I work out so much and I'm so muscular and bulky. Small shoulders, hey!" He could feel the Threadmaster's breath in his ear as he worked at tightening the thread. "Is she beautiful?" the Threadmaster whispered. "What?" said Despero. "Shh. Is the princess beautiful? The Princess P?" "Yes. She is lovely beyond all imagining," said Despero. "Just right," the Threadmaster said. He drew back. He just nodded his head. "A lovely princess, just so, like a fairy tale. And you love her as a knight loves a maiden. You love her with a courtly love, a love that is based on bravery and courtesy and honor and devotion. Just so." How do you know that?" Despero said. "How do you know about fairy tales?" "Shh, shut the fuck up!" The mouse leaned in close, and Despero smelled celery again, green and alive. "Be brave, friend," whispered the Threadmaster. "Be brave for the princess." And then he stepped back and turned and shouted, "Fellow mice, the thread has been tied. The thread has been knotted." A roar of approval went up from the crowd. Despero squared his shoulders. He had made a decision. He would do as the Threadmaster had suggested. He would be brave for the princess. Even if... Reader, could it be true? There was no such thing as happily ever after. Oh shit. Anyways, here's the illustration. Look at this shit, dude. "Just enough for the neck," muttered the mouse. "No more, no less." Fucking tie a noose around him. I don't even know if you guys can see that shit. Give my webcam time to adjust because it's my webcam is tweaking, struggling. Okay, chapter 12. Adieu. The sound of the drum changed again. The final tat disappeared and it became nothing but boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Only thing you can see is gray. Man, I wish these illustrations were color. They would be so cute. Lester used only his tail, bringing it down with great force and seriousness upon the drum. The Threadmaster retreated. The room full of mice fell silent, expectant, waiting. And as Despero stood before them with the red thread around his neck and the 14 members of the Mouse Council perched on the bricks above him, 2 burly mice came forward. Black pieces of cloth covered their heads. There were slits for their eyes. "We," said the bigger of the 2 mice, "will escort you to the dungeon." "Despero!" Antoinette called out. "Ah, my Despero!" Despero looked out into the crowd of mice and saw his mother. She was easy to spot. In honor of her youngest mouse being sent to the dungeon, she had put on a tremendous amount of makeup. A voice actor? That's hard though. Each of the hooded mice put a paw on Despero's shoulder. "It's time," said the one on the left, the first hood. Antoinette pushed her way through the crowd. "He is my son," she said. "I want to have a last word with my son." "Not for me, thanks, bro." Despero looked at his mother. He concentrated on standing before her without trembling. He concentrated on not being a disappointment. "Please," said Antoinette, "what will happen to him? What will happen to my baby? Didn't sell enough to afford for color printing." Really mad. "Ma'am," said the first hood. His voice was deep and slow. "You don't want to know." I want to know. He is my child, the child of my heart, the last of my mice babies." The hooded mice said nothing. "Tell me," said Antoinette. "The rats," said the first. "The rats," said the second. Yes, oui, the rats, what of them?" "The rats will eat him," said the second hood. "Ah," said Antoinette, "Mon Dieu!" At the thought of being eaten by rats, Despero forgot about being brave. He forgot about not being a disappointment. He felt himself heading into another faint. But his mother, who had an excellent sense of dramatic timing, beat him to it. She executed a beautiful, flawless swoon, landing right at Despero's feet. "Now you've done it," said the first hood. "It doesn't matter," said the second. "Step over her. We have a job to do. Nobody's mother is going to stop us." "To the dungeon." "To the dungeon," repeated the first hood, but his voice, so deep and certain a moment ago, now shook a tiny bit. He put a paw on Despero and tugged him forward, and the 2 hoods and Despero stepped over Antoinette. The cloud parted. The cloud? The crowd parted. The mouse again. The mice began again to chant. Now I said cloud, bro, it's a fucking catastrophe. It's a fucking catastrophe. The mice began again to chant. That's a hard thing to say. To the dungeon, to the dungeon, to the dungeon. The drumbeat continued. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And Despero was led away. At the last moment, Antoinette came out of her faint and shouted one word to her child. That word, reader, was adieu. Do you know the definition of adieu? Don't bother with your dictionary. I will tell you. Adieu is the French word for farewell. Farewell is not the word that you would like to hear from your mother as you are being led to the dungeon by 2 oversized mice in black hoods. The words that you would like to hear are, "Take me instead! I will go to the dungeon in my son's place." There is a great deal of comfort in those words. But reader, there is no comfort in the word farewell, even if you say it in French. Farewell is a word that, in any language, is full of sorrow. It is a word that promises absolutely nothing. Grr, really mad French. Also, can my thing, can my white balance fix itself? Come on. French. Really mad. I love really mad. Okay, chapter 13. Perfidy Unlimited. Actually, how do you fucking say perfidy, dude? How the fuck do you say perfidy?
Perfidy.
Okay, perfidy. Perfect. A mom named Antoinette Perfidy. Together, the three mice traveled down, down, down. The thread around Despero's neck was tight. He felt as if it was choking him. He tugged at it with one paw. "Don't touch the thread," barked the second hood. "Yeah," echoed the first hood. "Don't touch the thread." They moved quickly, and whenever Despero slowed, one of the two hoods poked him in the shoulder and told him to keep moving. They went through holes in the wall and down golden stairs. They went past rooms with doors that were closed and doors that were flung wide. The three mice traveled across marble floors and under heavy velvet drapes. They moved through warm patches of sunlight and dark pools of shade. This, thought Despero, was the world he was leaving behind, the world that he knew and loved. And somewhere in it, the Princess P was laughing and smiling and clapping her hands to music, unaware of Despero's fate. That he would not be able to let the princess know what had become of him seemed suddenly unbearable to the mouse. "Would it be possible for me to have a last word with the princess?" Despero asked. "A word," said the second hood. "You want a word with a human?" "I want to tell her what has happened to me." "Geez," said the first hood. He stopped and stamped, a paw on the floor in frustration. "Cripes, you can't learn, can you?" The voice was terribly familiar to Despero. "Verlo?" he said. "What?" said the first hood irritably. Despero shuddered. His own brother was delivering him to the dungeon. His heart stopped beating and shrunk to a small, cold, disbelieving pebble. But then, just as quickly, it leapt alive again, beating with hope. "Verlo," Despero said, and he took one of his brother's paws in his own. "Please, let me go. Please, I'm your brother." Verlo rolled his eyes. He took his paw out of Despero's. "No," he said. "No way." "Please," said Despero. "No," said Verlo. "Rules are rules." Reader, do you recall the word perfidy? As our story progresses, perfidy becomes an ever more appropriate word, doesn't it? No! Fucking shitty-ass brother, man. Perfidy was certainly the word that was in Despero's mind, as the mice finally approached the narrow, steep stairs that led to the black hole of the dungeon. They stood, the three mice, two with hoods and one without, and contemplated the abyss before them. And then Verlo stood up on his hind legs and placed his right paw over his heart. "For the good of the castle mice," he announced to the darkness, "we deliver this day to the dungeon a mouse in need of punishment. He is, according to the laws we have established, wearing the red thread of death." "The red thread of death?" repeated Despero in a small voice. Wearing the red thread of death was a terrible phrase, but the mouse didn't have long to consider its implications, because he was suddenly pushed from behind by the hooded mice. Fucking this brother is a bitch-ass motherfucker, man. What the hell? The push was a strong one, and it sent Despero flying down the stairs into the dungeon. As he tumbled, whisker over tail, through the darkness, there were only two words in his mind. One was perfidy. Also, let's show off the picture, dude. It takes up 2 pages. Despero shuddered. His own brother was delivering him to the dungeon. He's so fucking cute, man. He's just a little rat. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. These motherfuckers. One was perfidy, and the other word that he clung to was P. Perfidy. P. Perfidy. P. These were the words that pinwheeled through Despero's mind as his body descended into the darkness. My favorite slime? Shit, man. I didn't realize I got reincarnated into a slime. That sounds gross, dude. I was never a slime person growing up. Like, they had the huge, like, YouTuber slime moment. OMG. Weeb? Is that a weeb reference? Is that an anime reference? Chapter 14. Darkness. Despero lay on his back at the bottom of the steps and touched the bones in his body one by one. Soy jacking right now? What the fuck is soy jacking? Amazingly, they were unbroken. He got to his feet and became aware of a terrible, foul, extremely insulting smell. Hello, Waffle. What do I know? I don't know. I certainly don't know what the fuck soy jacking means. Need a list of all 23 things that I know. Mandarin is one of them. The dungeon, reader, stank. It stank of despair and suffering and hopelessness, which is to say that the dungeon smelled of rats. And it was so dark. Despero had never before encountered darkness so awful, so all-encompassing. The darkness had a physical presence, as if it were a being that all on its own. The mouse held one small paw in front of his whiskers. He could not see it, and he had the truly alarming thought that perhaps he, Despero Tilling, did not even exist. "Oh my," he said out loud. His voice echoed in the smelly darkness. "Perfidy," said Despero, just to hear his voice again, just to assure himself that he did exist. "He," said Despero, and the name of his beloved was immediately swallowed up by the darkness. What was my Halloween costume today? A wage cuck. I don't dress up. I haven't dressed up in a very, very long time. I think in the last few times that I dressed up, I just put a fucking wage cuck. I just, whatchamacallit, my sister years ago had put on a green paper diamond onto the top of a headband. And then you just put that on, and then you say that, oh, I'm a Sims character, and then you get to wear whatever the fuck you want. It's so simple. It's so easy. Yeah, not like I've ever played Sims in my life, but people know about it. People know it, and it was the easiest costume of my life. He shivered. He shook. Did any of you guys dress up? I don't know. I feel like, okay, first of all, I don't even go to Halloween parties. Yeah. Okay. Wait, hold on. Pause. I might be going to get some tea. I'll be back. Give you tea now. Bro, I think my brother went to a fucking Halloween party. He just came back. That's crazy. I've never been to a Halloween party in my life. Anyways, tea check. Suspiciously dark, but that's just how I like my tea. Bought ice cream middle of the night as a costume. It was easy since the only thing you had to do was walk into the store. Fair enough. I do love ice cream. I do love ice cream. Although I do remember that the last time I ate ice cream, it made my tummy upset. Fuck, dude, I hate being lactose sensitive. is the fucking worst. He shivered. He shook. He sneezed. His teeth chattered. He longed for his handkerchief. Losing to milk. Listen, okay, my ancestors did not grow up with like millennia of drinking milk, okay? It genuinely is just simply genetic diff. He longed for his handkerchief. He grabbed hold of his tail. It took him a long, frightening moment to even locate his tail. So absolute was the darkness. To have something, anything to hold on to. He considered fainting. He deemed it the only reasonable response to the situation in which he found himself, but then he remembered the words of the Threadmaster. Honor, courtesy, devotion, and bravery. I will be brave, thought Despero. I will try to be brave like a knight in shining armor. I will be brave for the Princess P. How best for him to be brave? He cleared his throat. He let go of his tail. He stood up straighter. Once upon a time, he said aloud to the darkness. He said these words because they were just the best, the most powerful words that he knew, and just the saying of them comforted him. Once upon a time, he said again, feeling a tiny bit braver. There was a knight, and he wore, always, an armor of shining silver. Once upon a time, boomed a voice from the darkness, a knight in shining armor? What does a mouse know of such things? The voice That voice, the loudest voice that Despero had ever heard, could only, he assumed, belong to the world's largest rat. Despero's small, overworked heart stopped beating, and for the second time that day, the mouse fainted. Damn, dude. Okay, Chapter 15. Chapter 15, Light. When Despero awoke, he was cupped into the large, calloused hand of a human, and he was staring into the fire of one match, and beyond the match there was a large, dark eye looking directly at him. "A mouse with red thread," boomed the voice. Oh yes, Gregory knows the way of mice and rats. Gregory knows, and Gregory has his own thread marking him. "See here, mouse." And the mouse that what? And the mouse was held to a candle, and the candle sputtered to life, and Despero saw that there was a rope tied around the man's ankle. "Here's the difference between us. Gregory's rope saves him, and your thread will be the death of you." Why is this guy talking about himself in third person? What a cringe lord. The man blew the candle out, and the darkness descended, and the man's hand closed more tightly around Despero, and Despero felt his beleaguered heart start up a crazy rhythm of fear. "Who are you?" he whispered. "The answer to that question, mouse, is Gregory. You are talking to Gregory the jailer, who has been buried here, keeping watch over this dungeon for decades, for centuries, for eons, for eternities. You are talking to Gregory the jailer, who, in the richest of ironies, is nothing but a prisoner here himself." "Oh," said Despero. May I get down, Gregory?" The mouse wants to know if Gregory the jailer will let him go. Listen to Gregory, mouse. You do not want to be let go. Here in this dungeon, you are in the treacherous dark heart of the world, and if Gregory was to release you, the twistings and turnings and dead ends and false doorways of this place would swallow you for all eternity. Just talk normal, bitch boy. You know, maybe it's a tactic to, like, not forget his name. Cause, if he's down here in solitude, wouldn't that shit be fucked up? Only Gregory and the rats can find their way through this maze. The rats because they know, because the way of it mirrors their own dark hearts. And Gregory because the rope is forever tied to his ankle. Because the rope is... I can't fucking read, bro. The rope is forever tied to his ankle to guide him back to the beginning. Gregory would let you go, but you would only beg him to take you up again. The rats are coming after you, they are. Wait, what? The rats are coming after you, you see? They are? Listen, said Gregory. You can hear their tails dragging through the muck and filth. You can hear them filing their tails and their nails and teeth. Fuck, dude, reading is hard. They are coming for you. They are coming to take you apart, piece by piece. Despero listened, and he was quite certain that he heard the nails and teeth of the rats, the sound of sharp things being made sharper still. They will strip all the fur from your flesh, and all the flesh from your bones. When they are done with you, there will be nothing left except red thread and bones. Gregory has seen it many times, the tragic end of a mouse. But I need to live, said Despero. I can't die. You cannot die. Ah, that is lovely. He says he cannot die. Gregory closed his hand more tightly around Despero. And why would that be, mouse? Derogatory. Why is it that you cannot die? Because I'm in love. I love somebody, and it's my duty to serve her. Love, said Gregory. Love. Hark you, I will show you the twisted results of love. Another match was struck. The candle was lit again, and Gregory held it up so that its flame illuminated a massive, towering, teetering pile of spoons and kettles and soup bowls. Look on that, mouse. Derogatory, said Gregory. That is a monument to the foolishness of love. What is it? Said Despero. He stared at the great tower that reached up, up, up into the darkness. What it looks like. Spoons, bowls, kettles, all of them gathered here as hard evidence of the pain of loving a living thing. The king loved the queen, and the queen died. This monstrosity, this junk heap, is the result of love. I don't understand, said Despero. Me neither. I think this metaphor is a bit too deep for me. And you will not understand until you lose what you love. But enough about love, said Gregory. He blew out the candle. We will talk instead about your life, and how Gregory will save it, if you so desire. Why would you save me? Despero asked. Have you saved any of the other mice? Ew, he's an actually like crusty old man. That's crazy. Go on, Mouse, said Gregory. Tell Gregory a story. Never, said Gregory. Not one. Why would you save me then? Because you, Mouse, can tell Gregory a story. Stories are light. Light is precious in a world so dark. Begin at the beginning. Tell Gregory a story. Make some light. And because Despero wanted very much to live, he said, once upon a time. Yes, said Gregory happily. He raised his hand higher and then higher still, until Despero's whiskers brushed against his leathery, time-worn ear. Your PC decided to explode? Are you okay? Are your things okay? Also, can my white balance like fucking even out? Come on. Come on, dude. Hyperbole? Yeah. No, but did it blue screen or something? Crash out of nowhere. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think the problem is? I think whenever I used to have issues with programs crashing, it was always my RAM. Back to normal, so I don't know. That's crazy. Prob the RAM. Grr. Really mad RAM. Down bad for a video game character. Send. I wish to also be down bad, dude. Once again, my type is any character that is living and breathing. My friends are playing Phasmophobia, I think, in honor of Spooky Day. Go on, Mouse, said Gregory. Tell Gregory a story. Oh, she looks like Killjoy. Wait, she looks just like Killjoy. You'd risk it all. And here I am reading a rat story. I guess you're right. What's her name? She looks just like Killjoy. Alma? It's giving very Velma. And it was in this way that Despero became the only mouse sent to this dungeon, whom the rats did not reduce to a pile of bones and a piece of red thread. It's giving wood 100%. It was in this way that Despero was saved. Reader, if you don't mind, that is where we will leave our small mouse for now, in the dark of the dungeon, in the hand of an old jailer, telling a story to save himself. It is time for us to turn our attention elsewhere. Time for us, reader, to speak of rats, and of one rat in particular. End of the first book. End of the first book. The second. What the fuck is this word? I beg your pardon? What the fuck is this word? Come on. Chiaroscuro. The rat is ratting. All the time. Chapter 16. Blinded by the Light. As our story continues, reader, we must go backward in time to the birth of a rat. A rat named... That's his fucking name, bro? Chiaroscuro. Hold on. I'm gonna whip out the fucking Google Translate for this shit to learn how to pronounce it. Wait, oh shit, dude, I didn't do my Duolingo. Hold on. Okuru, give me intermission. French. Oh shit, dude. There was a lot of mail this morning. 今朝は郵便が少なかった. This is my phone number. Brief intermission. I would like to buy a ticket. If I lose my streak, don't make Duo mad. I know, I'm trying my best. 東京駅に行きたいんだ。Fuck, dude. Give me more time. 東京駅に行きたいんですか? Please send this to South Korea. What the fuck, dude? Oh, is this lesson so fucking bad? Anyways, my streak is at 307. So. Entry. Fuck. Genkan no door wa kagi ga kakatte imasu. 720? Damn, bro. 6 serves? That's what I'm saying. Hagaki. 手紙を送りたいのですか? Dude, I fucking hate Duolingo. How's y'all Halloween? It was pretty chill. AKA, I just worked. It takes so long. I know, dude. 2 minutes and 21 seconds. There's been shorter lessons. Okay, anyways. Yeah, how was your Halloween, Ryu? Did you do anything fun? Did you go to a party or anything? My brother went to a fucking party. I've never been to a Halloween party in my life. Crazy Halloween. It rained for us. So the kids who did want to go trick-or-treating probably weren't able to. Oh, wait, what was I supposed to do? Oh yeah, fucking Google Translate. Fucking chiaroscuro. I'm gonna assume that it's fucking Italian. And I'm just gonna pull it up.
Chiaroscuro. Chiaroscuro.
Chiaroscuro? That's a fucking crazy name, dude. More candy for you? Hell yeah. We love candy in this house. The amount of kids trick-or-treating kind of annoying. Yeah, most years I'm the person who hands out candy to the people. But we didn't buy candy in the first place. I even asked my parents about it. They were like, yeah, we're just not gonna hand out candy this year. And I was like, what? Should've told me sooner, dude. I was ready to sit at the fucking door scrolling TikTok. Until kids come a knocking, you know? Except I will say last year I remember some kid like screamed trick or treat at me and then just tried to like push past me into my house. That was very, very confusing. What's my go-to costume? The Sims. If I could find it, maybe I'll go look for it, but I would be your favorite voice actor. Okay, but see, here's my fear, right? I feel like voice acting. You were a Minecraft beat 2 years ago. That's pretty fun. I feel like with voice actors, a lot of the time it's they're either just their voice, like it's just them and it's just their voice. Like think maybe Aquafina, Bryce Papenbrook. You were Spooderman last year. That's fun. That's fun. I don't think I've ever dressed up as a superhero. Yeah, so you got the ones that are literally just speaking, where they're speaking voice. And then you have the ones that, like, you can sort of tell that it's them, but, like, they have some skill. And then there's the ones that are, like, fucking magical and they don't sound anything like, you know, their previous role and shit, right? You soon. Axon, don't do that, dude. I should go as Nightwing? Bro, I wish I had a booty as thick as Nightwing. I would be unstoppable. I would be sneaking, eking, like a snake. Yeah. I hope you find something, Axon. L streamer. For real, dude. I don't have any gat. I'm a disappointment to the brain rot TikTok. Also, how do you say his name again? Chiaroscuro? Chiaroscuro. Okay. Chair stroller. Me sitting in my foldable chair, man. That made you feel better? That's good. What did it say? Also, Twitter really mad. I'm not a big fan of Twitter. I also have not been tweeting that I've been going live as of like the last 2-3 weeks. I'm a very responsible streamer. Bet Neat can't pronounce that name. Hey yo, dude. Black Swan, that's very morbid. That's very morbid. Chiaroscuro. Okay, as our story continues, reader, we must go backward in time to the birth of a rat named Chiaroscuro, and called Roscuro. Stop making fun of Neat, please. You're the one who are like nerding on him and saying like, actually is pronounced this. Just called Roscuro, a rat born into the filth and darkness of the dungeon, several years before the mouse Despero was born upstairs in the light. Liar! Shit. Reader, do you know the definition of the word chiaroscuro? If you look in your dictionary, you will find that it means the arrangement of light and dark, darkness and light together. Rats do not care for light. Roscuro's parents were having a bit of fun when they named their son. Rats have a sense of humor. Rats, in fact, think that that life is very funny. And they are right, reader. They are right. In the case of Chiaroscuro, however, the joke had a hint of prophecy to it, for it happened that when Roscuro was a very young rat, he came upon a great length of rope on the dungeon floor. "Ah, what have we here?" said Roscuro. Being a rat, he immediately began to nibble at the rope. "Stop that!" boomed a voice, and a great hand came out of the darkness and picked the rat up by his tail and held him suspended upside down. A dictionary have no friend. Yeah, fuck the dictionary, man. A thesaurus is so much better. "Were you nibbling on Gregory's rope, rat?" Derogatory. "Who wants to know?" said Roscuro, for even upside down he was still a rat. "You smart alecky rat. You smart alecky rat nibbling on Gregory's rope. Gregory will teach you to mess with his rope." In keeping Roscuro upside down, Gregory lit a match with the nail of his thumb. Tss, and then held the brilliant flame right in Roscuro's face. "Ah!" said Roscuro. He pulled his head back away from the light, but alas, he did not close his eyes, and the flame exploded around him and danced inside him. "Has no one told you the rules?" said Gregory. "What rules?" "Gregory's rope, rat, is off limits." Derogatory. "So?" "Apologize for chewing on Gregory's rope." "I will not," said Roscuro. "Apologize." "No." "Filthy rat," said Gregory. "You black-souled thing. Gregory has had it with you rats." He held the match closer to Roscuro's face, and a terrible smell of burnt whiskers rose up around the jailer and the rat. And then the match went out, and Gregory released Roscuro's tail. He flung him back into the darkness. "Do not ever touch Gregory's rope again, or you will be sorry." Roscuro sat on the dungeon floor. The whiskers on the left side of his face were gone. His heart was beating hard, and though the light from the match had disappeared, it danced, still, before the rat's eyes, even when he closed them. "Light," he said aloud, and then he whispered that word again. Light. From that moment forward, Roscuro showed an abnormal, inordinate interest. That's hard to say. Abnormal, inordinate interest in illumination of all sorts. He was always, in the darkness of the dungeon, on the lookout for light, the smallest glimmer, the tiniest shimmer. His rat soul longed inexplicably for it. He began to think that light was the only thing that gave life meaning, and he despaired that there had been so little of it to be had. He finally voiced his sentiment to his friend, a very old one-eared rat named Botticelli Rimorso. "I think," said Roscuro, "that the meaning of life is light." "Light," said Botticelli. "Ha ha ha, you kill me. Light has nothing to do with it." What does it all mean then? Have I watched Dandadan yet? No. Dandadan, dandadan, dandadan. We like Pink Bean! We like Pink Bean! I keep on seeing the memes of Pikmin. Others going all out with names. Yeah, it's tough. I'm struggling. Okay, no, but is the actual premise of it that the guy gets his balls stolen? Yeah, they took his weenie. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's so strange to me. I don't know. I haven't really been on like a shonen like train in forever. Neat would be your second. Damn, dude. It's not the whole thing, but I feel like that's the draw of what people, they hear about it. I should watch Dandadan. Okay, we gotta read Chainsaw Man first, and then maybe Dandadan. We'll see. We'll see when I get to it. I should watch Berserk. Isn't Berserk about like a guy like avenging something about a rapist? I haven't watched anime in forever, and this one hooked you? Dandadan Granny's so sexy? I saw that on someone's Hear Me Out cake. But that's just a regular, it's just a hot old lady, man. I think anything humanoid cannot be a human. Hear Me Out. Even though like Stork is definitely a little bit humanoid. That's the point. Well, yeah, but then she can't be on a fucking Hear Me Out cake. Or watch Transformers. The rest of Transformers, people don't know how Hear Me Out's work. That's what I'm saying, dude. Voice in Transformers. I listened to fucking Scarlett Johansson's voice in Transformers 1, and to be honest, I forgot that's what she sounded like. What does it all mean then? Said Roscuro. Have I seen Her? Is Her a movie or Her as in Scarlett Johansson? The meaning of life, said Botticelli, is suffering. Isn't she like the AI voice? She's Alita? I don't know what that means. Or like, no, that was just a character that she was playing. The meaning of life, said Botticelli, is suffering. Specifically, the suffering of others. Prisoners, for instance. Reducing a prisoner to weeping and wailing and begging is a delightful way to invest your existence with meaning. What a sadist, dude. As he spoke, Botticelli swung from the one extraordinarily long nail of his right front paw, a heart-shaped locket. He had taken the locket from a prisoner and hung it on a thin braided rope. Whenever Botticelli spoke, the locket moved. Back and forth it swung. Are you listening? Botticelli said to Roscuro. A Raven AI chat thingy? Have I seen those? Like C.AI? Aren't those usually used for like people who are too like horny for their own good to you know, feed into their delusion? I am listening. Good, said Botticelli. Do as I say and your life will be full of meaning. Is it? I don't know. I don't like AI. I don't use AI. I hate this new like Google AI overview of topics that I'm trying to like Google, you know? Like I was trying to figure out the fucking Stream Elements thing. Just them pretending to actually talk to them. Yeah, and then some people use it to like actually be like, I touch you. I touch you. And you gasp. Like low-key, you know, like actually sexting, you know? Hate how it's integrated into everything. I know. And that stupid like star symbol, man. Like why is it just indicative of AI now? It's so smooth. Those AI streamer AI voice thingies, I have not. When somebody started saying about Turbo Baba in Dandadan. Okay, we might have to Google that. Turbo Baba. No, not TurboTax. Turbo Granny? What the fuck, dude? That is a Hear Me Out. Google kept putting AI results at the top. It's the worst. It's the worst. It makes me so mad. Do as I say and your life will be full of meaning. This is how you torture a prisoner. First, streamers talking to an AI version of themselves. That's crazy. That's crazy. What would mine even be like? Well, guys, I guess it's time to find someone to raid. Time to find someone to raid. That's crazy. That's nuts. Ka-chow. What else is there? No. No, yeah, no. We're chilling. It's a guys. I'm just saying that's probably what my AI would say. That's what my AI would sound like if you ended up talking to him. Oh no, my ex-bestie. Fuck my ex-besties. Content was fun depending on how well trained the AI was and the streamer personality. This is how you torture a prisoner. something something NDA something something NDA. That's how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. First, you must convince him that you are a friend. Listen to him, encourage him to confess his sins, and when the time is right, talk to him. Tell him what he wants to hear. Tell him, for instance, that you will forgive him. Do we need a cookie? I feel like I've only said that like 3 times. Come on, dude. Tell him, for instance, that you will forgive him. This is a wonderful joke to play upon a prisoner, to promise forgiveness. Why? Said Roscuro. His eyes went back and forth, following the locket. I say it quite a bit, I do. I feel like I kind of say it ironically though. Just like this much irony. Because, said Botticelli, you will promise it. Ha! But you will not grant it. You will gain his trust, and then you deny him. You refuse to offer the very thing that he wants. Forgiveness, freedom, friendship, whatever it is that his heart most desires, you withhold. And at this point in his lecture, Botticelli laughed so hard that he had to sit down and catch his breath. The locket swayed slowly back and forth, and then stopped altogether. Ha! Said Botticelli. Ha ha ha! You gain his trust, you refuse him, and you become what he knew you were all along. What you knew you were all along. Not a friend, not a confessor, not a forgiver, but, haha, a rat. Not derogatory. The Ilya Topuria versus Max Holloway fight. I've never heard of those people before. Is it boxing? Basically, honestly, like, I'd say 75% of the time if you guys ask me, have you heard of XYZ? I'll probably say no. MMA, but they're both good boxers. Very cool. Was it a good fight? We know, bro. Yeah, you're Haven't heard about XYZ? Yeah, man. I know that much. It was good. I feel like I would have a greater appreciation if I, actually knew how to box, though. I'm a big fan of the alphabet. A, B, C, D. Ew! Ew! Ilya knocked out Max Holloway in the 3rd round. Knocked out? Bro, I don't know. MMA fighting gives me too much anxiety. I don't think I could ever, like, watch it. Even with wrestling or whatever, like the fucking, what was it? WWE? I know it's staged, but you're still falling from like a 6 feet tall like cage, bro, onto someone's face with your, and potentially like even headbutting them themselves, First time anyone has knocked him out. Ooh, so that must have been like a huge moment. Also, last night I saw a TikTok where someone said Gen Z, and that should give me whiplash. Whiplash. I have a friend who fights, so that gave you a different perspective on UFC and MMA. Yeah, I feel like I would appreciate it more if whatchamacallit, if I actually knew a little bit about it. That is so cringe. What the fuck, dude? Well, Justin Gay. His name is not Justin Gay, is it? All his fights have ended with him either being knocked out or him knocking out the other guy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That sounds so dangerous. I feel like, okay, this is just me, like, the best part about doing these sorts of hobbies is that you don't have to do these hobbies. You don't have to put yourself in harm's way and, like, risk the possible, like, complications of 8 million concussions when you fucking get beat up. But that's just me. I guess it is pretty entertaining to watch people beat each other up. I almost threw hands. Multiple times. They all retire at like 40. Yeah, that's super young. I hope they make the bank that they deserve. But scary. It's a very scary concept. Okay, where was I? Botticelli wiped his eyes and shook his head and sighed a sigh of great contentment. He set the locket in motion again. At that point, it is most effective to run back and forth over the prisoner's feet, inducing physical terror along with the emotional sort. Oh, he said, it is such a lovely game, and it is just absolutely chock full of meaning. I would very much like to torture a prisoner, said Roscuro. I would like what? I would like to make someone suffer. Your time will come, said Botticelli. Currently, all the prisoners are spoken for, but another prisoner will arrive sooner or later. How do I know this to be true? Because, Roschiuro. Thankfully, there is evil in this world, and the presence of evil guarantees the existence of prisoners. So, soon there will be a prisoner for me? Yes, said Botticelli. Wait, said Botticelli Rimorso. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Ha ha ha. Of course you are looking forward to it. You are looking forward to it because you are a rat. A real rat. Yes, said Roschiuro. I am a real rat. Concerned not at all with the light, said Botticelli. Concerned not at all with the light, repeated Roschiuro. Botticelli laughed again. Like, am I tired from work today? Still sore? Yeah, it still is pretty hard work. And also, since I didn't sleep that many hours last night, I ended up like sitting on top of a pallet and like closing my eyes for a couple minutes. A lot of people ask me, "Are you okay?" And so I'm saying it with an Italian accent. I can't help myself. You can't see the name fucking Botticelli Rimorso and not go fucking Botticelli. Yeah, I got tons of people asking me, "Are you? I better get more sleep." I mean, I napped today. Maybe we'll call it after this chapter. How about that? Longest Raven stream in history. For real. Which means that we only have like this little bit. Listen, Neat can go live and he can stream his Monhun. Right? Right, Neat? Neat! You love my streams? Thank you. I like streaming. Makes me happy. He can barely. He won't. No, dude. 2016 build. No, he really should just upgrade at this point. Instead of buying all his chicken nuggies and door dashing all the time. SMH. Botticelli laughed again and shook his head. The locket, suspended from the long nail on his paw, swung back and forth. You, my young friend. KK Toxic. Hi, Zane. Good morning. You, my young friend, are a rat. Yes, exactly. DoorDash graphic cards. Dude, that would be crazy. A food delivery company, like, collabing with, I don't know, AMD, Nvidia. What else is there? That would be crazy. You, my young friend, are a rat. Exactly. Yes. Evil. Prisoners. Rats. Suffering. It all fits together so neatly, so sweetly. Oh, it is a lovely world. A lovely, dark world. Okay, maybe we'll run one more chapter. Chapter 17. Small comforts. DoorDash for gamer. Dude. When my coworkers started talking about 50 more, bro, I don't even fucking know. 52? 52, that's crazy. When my coworkers were talking about like how the fucking food market is. Finish the book. I can't finish the book. I still got it's not Friday yet, guys. well, should we finish it tomorrow? We can try. I don't know, but actually we're a third of the way through the book. That's not bad. Yeah, they were talking about like things that are catered to gamers, and they're like, that's crazy, dude. Like, look at these fucking gamers. They don't do anything but sit on their ass all day. And I was like, I'm a gamer, and they'll never find that out. Yeah, dude. Pause. Small comforts. Not long after this conversation between Botticelli and Roschiuro, a prisoner did arrive. You're proud of it? Hell yeah. Except I don't know. I feel like I can't tell them that I'm a gamer. They don't know I'm a gamer. No, literally, what does that mean? What does that mean? That fucking meme where it's just like they don't know that I'm XYZ, dude. Probably left more than 500 pages. Let's see. This book is only 267 pages. So, it's not too bad. The dungeon door slammed, and the two rats watched a man being led down by a king's soldier down the stairs into the dungeon. Stop saying Zed! What's wrong with Zed, guys? You guys are tripping. Excellent, whispered Botticelli. This one is yours. Rosciuro looked at the man closely. I will make him suffer, he said. But as he stared up at the man, the door to the dungeon was suddenly flung open, and a thick and brilliant shaft of afternoon light cut into the dark of the dungeon. Who the hell says Z? That's what I'm saying. Americans. Ugh, said Botticelli. He covered his eyes with one paw. Rosciuro, however, stared directly into the light. Reader, this is important. The rat called Chiaroscuro did not look away. He let the light from the upstairs world enter him and fill him. He gasped aloud with the wonder of it. Give him his small comforts, shouted a voice at the top of the stairs, and a red cloth was thrown into the light. Early access English. The cloth hung suspended for a moment, bright red and glowing, and then the door was slammed shut again, and the light disappeared, and the cloth fell to the floor. It was Gregory the jailer who bent to pick it up. Go on, said the old man as he held out the cloth to the prisoner. Take it. You'll need every last bit of warmth down here. You're gonna commit a hate crime? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And so the prisoner took the cloth and draped it around his shoulders as if it were a cloak, and the soldier of the king said, Right then, Gregory, he's all yours. Can you take a long guys? don't do coordinated hate crimes, come on. And the soldier turned and went back up the steps and opened the door to the outside world, and some small light leaked in before he closed the door behind him. In Minecraft? Oh yeah, of course in Minecraft. Bro, look how fucking scrungly this guy looks. Look how fucking scrungly he is. Jesus Christ. Rosciuro, however, stared directly into the light. Did you see that? Rosciuro said to Botticelli. Looks like the cat you sent me, taller than 4... Really mad. Hideously ugly, said Botticelli. Ridiculous. What can they possibly mean by letting all that light in at once? Don't they know that this is a dungeon? It was beautiful, said Rosciuro. No, said Botticelli. No. He looked at Rosciuro intently. Not beautiful. No. I must see more light. I must see all of it, said Rosciuro. I must go upstairs. He isn't Italian? Bro, look at these fucking names, dude. Botticelli. With a Canadian accent, that's how things go. I almost said that's how the cookie crumbles again. Maybe I do say it a lot. Shit. I must go upstairs. A thick THICK. That's how the cookie crumble. That's how they crumble cookie. Botticelli sighed. Who cares about the light? Your obsession with it is tiresome. Listen, we are rats. Rats. We do not like light. We are about darkness. We are about suffering. At the end of the day is night. But, said Rosciuro, upstairs. No buts, said Botticelli. No buts. None. Rats do not go upstairs. Crooks, what's happening? Upstairs is the domain of mice. He took the locket from around his neck. What, he said, swinging it back and forth, is this rope made of? Whiskers. The whiskers of whom? Mice. Exactly. And who lives upstairs? Mice. Exactly. Mice. Botticelli turned his head and spat on the floor. Mice are nothing but little packages of blood and bones, afraid of everything. They are despicable, laughable. You're gonna lose it. Shit, man. Well, to avoid that, what if we raid after this chapter? Describing me, yeah, man. I love being a rat. I love the darkness. I hate being a fucking wage cuck and waking up in the morning. You know what though? I saw the fucking sunrise the other day. That was not too bad. Coward streamer, that's right. That's right. Dawn is so OP, but like my sunset. And also the gremlin hours where it's fucking dark as fuck, you know? They are despicable, laughable, the opposite of everything we strive to be. Do you want to live in their world? The blue hues fill you with energy. Could be a famous voice actor but refuses. I saw the sunrise. Touching grass, bro. Where the fuck? Okay. Do you want to live in their world? Rosciuro looked up, past Botticelli, to the delicious sliver of light that shone out from underneath the door. He said nothing. Like, I'll start the chapter over shit, bro. Listen, said Botticelli. This is what you should do. Go and torture the prisoner. Go and take the red cloth from him. The cloth will satisfy your cravings for something from that world. But do not go up into the light. You will regret it. As he spoke, the locket swung back and forth, back and forth. Classic children's book. You do not belong in that world. You are a rat. A rat. Say it with me. A rat, said Rosciuro. Ah, but you are cheating. You must say, I am a rat, said Botticelli, smiling his slow smile at Rosciuro. Work is a rat. I am a rat, said Rosciuro. Again, said Botticelli, swinging his locket. I am a rat. Exactly, said Botticelli. A rat is a rat is a rat. Holy shit. It's not my fault that they keep name dropping him so many times, guys. End of story. World without end. Amen. Where did these fettuccine al pomodoro names? Yeah, are rats supposed to be Italian? Fucking upstairs the mice are French, and then down here the fucking rats are Italian. What do you mean, dude? What's wrong? What's wrong with Botticelli? Yes, said Rosciuro. Amen. I am a rat. He closed his eyes. He saw again the red cloth spinning against the backdrop of gold. And he told himself, reader, that it was the cloth that he desired and not the light. I almost said not the right. Amen, I am a rat. Yeah, I mean, I guess with that, Crooks, what's happening? Here's my little bookmark. It's fucking scuffed as shit. I have these pressed flowers and I just glued them down onto a card. Don't say it. I think it's time to raid someone. I can't stop. What do you mean, guys? It's almost 12 for me. It's almost 12. Guys, I gotta fucking I can serve and show off my book. What's up, Sammy? We were just about to raid somebody. Where Neat? That's a good question. Why isn't he alive? Oh, shoot. Ain't homies anymore. What the hell, dude? I better not be tired. I'll do my best. I will do my best. Amen. I am a rat. Such a fun fucking... Holy shit, dude. Lots of good one-liners. 8-hour stream tomorrow. I used to be cool. You're right, guys. You're right. I've changed ever since I've had to become a wage cuck. Life was tough. Proud of me? Thank you. Thanks, guys. You tell me what my parents never tell me. Being a wage cuck sucks, I know. Like, to go from being such a genuine, bona fide, degenerate rat. I am a slut, though. Hey, just because I say I like stork. Just because. You guys just don't understand. Listen, his only thing is that he's green, okay? Everything else, his personality-wise, is literally right up my alley. Scaly. Shit. Anyways, yes, we'll be here tomorrow. He looks like a rat, true. I love rats. Except the lizard. Get my cacciatora. Is that how you say it? Fucking Botticelli. Botticelli rimorso. Chiaroscuro. Okay, anyways. 07, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Your flashbang me shit, bro. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, longer stream. Thanks for reading. Thanks for joining me. Mamma mia. 07. Glorpo 7. Yeah, I've never surfed in my life, but I'm glad that you guys enjoy it. This was Neat's suggestion. So thank you, Neat. Everyone say thank you. For having this fucking, instead of like Subway Surfers or Minecraft parkour. 07. Gracias, Neat. Neat never reads. Ayo.